Hi, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about finance as a creative entrepreneur. My name is Bronwyn. If you don't know me, I am a content creator and I have my own creative agency. Today, we are joined by Adele Barnard, a financial advisor and your money bestie. She'll walk us through some credit tips and tricks if you yourself are starting your own business. These are some things we need to highlight. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, Adele. So, as an entrepreneur myself, there were some challenges that I faced along the way. And one of those challenges was definitely my credit. I knew nothing about credit, if I'm honest. My credit, I had no credit, actually. I had no credit score. I had not built up any credit. So that is something that I had to lean into. So when I started working at an agency, I had saved up some money, luckily for me, because when I started this entrepreneurship journey, I had a lot of ups and downs. And one of those ups and downs was definitely clients not paying time. And obviously, I have bills to pay, right? So, Adele, what is something that you can maybe offer to the listener about, managing your money around that situation?
Super. Hi, Bron. Thanks so much for having me and that we can chat about this. It's so important, and especially you sharing your personal journey. And I think the biggest tip or nugget you've just shared is clients not paying on time, and you've got bills to pay, as you've mentioned. And as consumers, we often forget that 30 days is the amount of days it takes for late payments to impact your credit score. So what I always advise is follow up with the vendors that need to pay you, because you're also responsible for your own bills. Set a reminder on the date that you need to make payments. And then what I can add to that is that you need to regularly, and I know you do this now, to check your credit dashboard. We can see there's a direct correlation if you view your finances and you're on top of it, the improvement it shows in your credit behavior as well. And what a question I often get is clients will ask me, okay, Adele, but if I look at my credit score online, that inquiry, does it count? Does it impact my credit score? No, it doesn't. It's a soft inquiry, so you can look at it as many times as you want. And obviously, we also encourage that you do that. And what you've mentioned as well is, the ups and the downs, and you had some money saved up, but in some cases, individuals don't have that. So they'll use credit. And we also want to urge, the clients and individuals to not use more than 30 to 40% of your credit, because that puts you at risk of being over indebted. And that's also what we don't want. So there we will encourage you to, when you're on SCS, chat to a credit management coach so that they can give you tips and nuggets on how to manage that effectively and accordingly.
Absolutely. I really, really love that. And just talking about, managing your credit and all of that, I want to chat about some of the lessons that I maybe learned as an entrepreneur that people might, fall into the trap. And, we have them rather learn the lesson here than do by themselves. And I think one of the big things for me was separating my personal and my business finances. I had no idea that, you need to look at both. And also another thing maybe is that my tax, I had not saved for tax season. I had no idea that I need to that I need to do that. Was a mistake on my part. But yeah, if you can give us some advice around that.
Super. Thanks, Bronwyn, for sharing. And definitely not a mistake. We're not taught these things, and I'm so grateful, we can work on this credit management masterclass and course so that we can share the information, because the more we know, the better we do. And now we know the audience knows as well. It's so, so important to keep your business and your personal accounts separate, especially like you mentioned now, for tax purposes. Keep track and keep a record of every single expense you incur. And also you need to build a very good credit profile, for yourself in your personal capacity, but as well as for your business. Because like they say, it takes money to make money. And if you've got a good credit profile, it enables you to obtain more credit that you can invest and use for your business to grow and scale. And I think we can also add to that, looking at your personal credit profile, looking at it monthly, keep track of all your credit accounts and usage, like we mentioned just now. I cannot stress it enough to partner with that credit management coach. I almost want to say have that money date and, keep track of your finances, know when the money is coming in, know when it's going out, and schedule a regular money date. Make it fun. On SCS, we also have the budget tool, which I think is absolutely fantastic. So you can see where the money is coming in. We always say the budget is just up here in our heads, but we need to see it physically, because it makes such a massive improvement in our relationship and our mindset with our finances. So schedule that regular money date, and look at everything. Look at your finances in your personal capacity as well as in your business capacity. And I think to mention or to add on, to keep away from any financial stresses, make payments on time, because that is the biggest indicator to keep and build a good credit profile.
I think it's something that we forget. I mean, just a simple tip that I use myself is I put a notification on my phone if there are things that I need to pay up myself. That's not a debit order. I do that by the 27th of every month, just as a reminder to do that. And it's about building up your confidence with these things, right? Because we're not going to know everything right off the jump.
Yes.
Exactly. So yeah, that's one way.
I love the tip that you shared, especially with the reminder. It's so easy in today's time. You put that reminder on, because if you're going to run late with a payment, your creditor won't necessarily know that, because when you signed up for whichever credit vehicle you used and you said my payment date will be the 27th, now you're not paying, they're not going to know why. Oh, your client made a late payment, etc.
And just on that, good credit is that I just want to tell everyone that this is really possible. Myself, I started off with a credit score of 65%. I'm now at 88%.
And a round of applause.
Thank you, Adele. I'm very proud of it. And I do regularly, maybe more than I need to. But yes, okay. Adele, thank you so much for all of the credit tips. And I think just to finish off, myself personally, I've obviously gone through an evolution, financially, and it all is thanks to my financial advisor, guiding me. And one of those things that I think is so important was getting an income protector, because I am my business. So are there other little tips and tricks that you can maybe share with people that will also help and guide them through the journey?
Of course. And Bron, so beautiful. Credit's an ongoing part of your finances. And it just goes to show, the effort, the confidence you've got because you've put in the work with your credit. And I think it also goes to show, like you mentioned, you started 65%. Today shooting out the lights at 88%. So for everyone, it is possible to fix your score at any time. But like you mentioned as well about the income protection, super important. You are your business. So if something happens to you, whether it's an accident, health related, etc., income protection is so, so important. And part of that as well, we always say your greatest asset is your earning potential. So especially as a business owner, your greatest asset is your money, is your earning potential. It's the way you make your money. And that is why you need an income protector that can protect the monthly income that you're generating. So in the event of you not being able to work due to ill health, you know that there's finances or funds coming in. Part of the risk conversation as well, for some business owners, there's also debts and liabilities. You need to make sure that you've got, in the event of your death, there's life insurance that can pay out to settle those things. Funeral cover we can also touch on as well from a risk perspective. And I think you and I have also discussed it before, that also on the look on retirement planning. I know the landscape is changing in the way the Gen Zs and Ys are viewing it, but can I carry on with my business? What's my future plans with my business? Will I sell it in the future? Will I retire from it? How do I make sufficient provision that I've got an income for future Bronwyn or future Adele? And I think we can tie it also beautifully to make sure that you've got a will. What happens if something happens to me, to my business, my assets and liabilities? And once again, I want to encourage the listeners and the viewers to go on the SAS dashboard. There is a drop down where you can access and you can draft your own will.
Amazing. I think these are things that people don't really think about when starting a business, but absolutely so key for financial planning around their businesses. Adele, I would just like to thank you so much for being a part of this chat today. And yes, guys, if you are starting your entrepreneurial journey, please do contact Adele or just listen to this masterclass again and get your ducks in a row. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are now exiting the chat. Bye.
Bye.